Welcome everyone. It's the Treasure Trove Tarot, and some of you guys may already know me here on YouTube as Angela with Mystic Moon. That is because this is me, but this is my second channel. I just wanted to create a space where I could do a variety of different topics. So if you guys are new, welcome. And if you guys are from my other platform and you've decided to follow me and join me over here, thank you so much for being here. So if you guys enjoy today's video, definitely give it a thumbs up, maybe a heart in the comments section, share it with somebody that might benefit, or even subscribe. All of these things help my channel to grow. So anyways, you guys, today's reading is called the 12 Houses of the Zodiac. This is actually a reading that I offer in my Etsy shop. So if you guys want your own personalized version of this reading, the information will be down below. Okay, so this is the kind of reading where it's going to go into a variety of different things. It's not going to just be on one subject. So anyways, you guys, just take what resonates for you, get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using, I will let you guys know what they are as I shuffle each deck. Everything will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful organite, which is called Trust Your Vibes, created by my friend Michele from Wing & Bell. Let's get started. The very first deck that we're going to go into is a deck that I've created called the Winds of Fortune deck. And we're going to focus on the first house, which is the self. Who are you? And this doesn't mean, forever. It just means, who are you in this moment? How are you coming across even to other people? How do other people perceive you? Let's see what the energy is of your current vibration for the viewer, the person watching the video. What is your current energy? Ooh, we have the Eight of Diamonds. Fantastic. It says anything is possible. Second chances. The answer is yes. Green means go. What a very favorable energy. So this just tells me here that right now, you guys, anything is possible. It may be that some of you are starting over. This is like your second lease on life. You're giving something even a second chance. It seems like the light is green, so that means go, and the answer is yes. So it's very positive vibes. This is like a very optimistic go-getter. Let's do something. Let's get something started. So it's fantastic energy. Let's see what else we need to know about your energy. This is my Oracle of Chance deck. Let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know here about you, the viewer, or just how even other people are viewing you? Okay, so we have the Vulture. A necessary ending is at hand. You know what, you guys, you have welcomed this. Okay, it is coming up in the upright position. So if it was the other way, it would tell me that maybe we're really avoiding change. But something has ended in your life, which is why we have this second chance. Now, this could be like a situation with a person. So maybe something ended, or a certain phase in your life ended, and now you're giving something a second chance. It could be maybe you started a project and now you're picking it back up to finish it. It can be something like that as well. But the Vulture just means that, there is a death here. Obviously, vultures are connected to death, things that are, stagnating, corroded. But a necessary ending is at hand. You realize something is necessary. You realize something has ended. And now you realize that it's time to move forward. The green light means go. I love it. So you guys are not holding on to the past, is what I'm seeing. You guys are allowing something to just phase out. So this deck right here, this is actually a no-name deck. It was created by a fan, but it's still cool, and I just like to use it here on my channel. So let's see what else we need to know. What else do we need to know about ourselves right now? Oh, I love this. Rosemary's Baby, growth and development. This is fantastic. So again, this tells me here that you guys are in this growth phase. You guys are wanting to develop into some kind of new version of yourself. You're not looking to stay stagnant. So I love this energy for you. So now we're going to go into my Treasure Trove Tarot, which is named after my channel. Okay, so let's see what else we need to know. Or I should say, I named my channel after this deck. All right, what else do we need to know here about ourselves? Nine of Wands. You guys have gone through a lot, okay? You are stronger because of the battles that you have faced. So it does say perseverance, like you've hung in there. An ongoing battle, something that's been going on for quite some time. You've hung in there. You've protected yourself. You protected your assets. Maybe you had to end something because that was what you needed to do to protect. You could have locked somebody out of your life. You could have blocked someone. You could have just had to walk away from an old situation that was toxic, but you did it for your own well-being so you could grow and develop. So I feel like a lot of you guys have you're done with the BS, you're done with something that isn't working, and you are welcoming a new phase. So this deck here is actually called Connections of the Modern World Tarot, created by my daughter and I, Kayla Reed Creations. What else do we need to know about ourselves, our current vibration? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords. To me, this is the negative thing that happened here. This is the thing that needed to end. It could be third party. It could be other people that are just meddling in your lives. But whatever this is, it has created some sort of upset for us, some sort of heartache, and it could have even been an argument with another person. So kind of like what we're doing is we're finding the silver lining in a situation. We're choosing to grow and develop and not really stay stagnant in a situation any longer. We are learning and we are carrying on. So you guys have survived. You guys are making the pain matter. You guys are turning something into gold, right? So somebody's trash is somebody's treasure. It's kind of like whatever has been trash can now be turned into treasure. I love it. So that is your current vibration. It looks very fantastic. Despite some hardships, it doesn't matter. You've hung in there. You're a stronger person because of this, and now you can carry on. So that is your current vibration, you guys, of the self. Now we're going to go into the second house, which is the material and physical environment around us, income and money. Okay, so this could be about your career, your finances. Let's see what the vibration is in this area. So same exact decks. I'm not going to say them again, but we just are going to just use them in every round here. Okay, what do we need to know? Ooh, we have the 10 of Clubs, which is fantastic. An abundance of cash, a jackpot, inheritance, financial breakthroughs. So if some of you guys have been in a little bit of a stagnant state when it comes to your material world or your finances, there's some sort of jackpot energy. Maybe somebody even helps you out, lends a helping hand. Maybe you inherit something, win something, but whatever this is, there's some sort of financial breakthrough and it's about time. Maybe some of you guys just got a raise, you entered into a new job that's starting to pay well, you're getting paid what you're worth, etc. So there's some sort of a win, I feel, with that area. All right, let's get another. Cat, keep your independence intact. Fantastic. First of all, the cat stays in their own lane. They don't really worry about other people. So some of you guys may have moved into more of an independent leadership role in your life. You may have decided that you wanted more independence. You didn't want to perhaps have to have somebody looking over your shoulder. So some of you guys, it may not even necessarily be like an abundance of cash, but it's an abundance in loving what you do. And sometimes that's worth it. Sometimes that's worth a pay cut. Sometimes it's worth it to not have as much stress or responsibility in your life. You can kind of focus on yourself, do your own thing. Some of you guys may have just even pulled away from, let's just say, a corporate situation or a workplace that was toxic, and now you're just running your own business. And so there's this abundance now that's coming to you because you have kept your either independence intact, your integrity intact. You're focusing more on taking care of yourself instead of worrying about everyone else. And so this is creating some positive shift for you in your life. Let's get another. A vacation or trip, fantastic. Camp Crystal Lake, I love it. Okay, so some of you guys may be in a position now where you can take some more time off. Maybe you're working as, just an independent creator. So it kind of feels like that song. What is it? How does it go? I don't sing well. It's like, I'm on vacation every single day because I like my occupation or something like that. I forget who sings it, but it's fantastic. That's your vibration right now. So if some of you guys are in this dead-end job and you guys have been kind of wondering whether or not you should take a leap of faith or try to do your own thing, I almost feel like you are going to love your job and your occupations because it's going to feel like a freaking vacation. Yeah. So something about shifting what you're doing in the physical world is going to pay off, I feel, very, very well. It's going to be the right decision for you. So let's see what else we need to know. Could even be for some of you guys, take your vacation and then quit your job. I'm not trying to say like be sneaky, but some of you guys need to take advantage before you do something. King of Cups, loving what you do. I can't believe it. Look at this. Yes. So some of you guys could even also be working with like a life coach, or somebody's counseling you. You really admire somebody else. And so they're like showing you the way of you can do what you love to do and you can still make money. So someone could be inspiring you, or maybe you're that life coach. You're inspiring other people to do something, because every single day feels like a freaking vacation. I just keep getting that song. It's amazing. Yeah, so that's what we have so far. So let's go ahead and get one more tarot card here. The King of Cups can also be connected to the sign of Scorpio, you guys. Scorpio is death and transformation. So, you know, that right there tells me that some of you guys could be ready to end something, or you have ended something. And because you've done that, now you're thanking yourself, or you will thank yourself. I'm so glad I took that leap of faith. I'm so glad I wrapped up this cycle or walked away from what wasn't serving me. Tens are also about completion and endings. All right, what else do we need to know? Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords is about being stuck. And I'm getting here, you can make that decision. You have the free will choice to stay stuck in a position that you hate, stay stuck in life, stay stuck in your physical body, whatever is seems to be keeping you stuck or feeling unhappy, or you can break free out of those chains that are binding you and do something that you love. To me, this looks like somebody who has freedom, somebody who has the power. He's wearing that crown. He is the king of his own life. He makes his own decisions. So you're not powerless. You probably have believed, or maybe even some of you still believe, that you're powerless, like you can't do something. But it really is just your own inner voice, because it says self-imprisonment. This also says victim mentality. When we're stuck in this energy, I mean, sometimes shitty things happen. Absolutely. Sometimes bad things happen. There are people in our environments, especially at work, that could be making our lives a living hell. So we feel like we can't move up the corporate ladder. We feel like we can't break free and do what we love to do. We have, shitty coworkers, a shitty boss, whatever the situation might be. But the thing is, we always have the power to make these changes if we truly, truly believe that we do. And that is what I feel is happening here, is that we have the power to change our physical circumstances, either where we're living or our physical bodies if we feel like we're limited, or our financial or job situation. Spirit's saying you can do what you love. You can. Okay. And if some of you guys feel stuck, it might be time for you guys to maybe get some advice from a counselor, or somebody that can counsel you, as in a life coach, career counselor, something like that. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to move on into the third house, which is communication, conversations, and just what we're thinking mentally. So what's going on in our mental state and how we're communicating because of it. All right, and the conversations that we could be having. All right, so this one wants to pop out. We will. Oh, I love it. Okay, so we have the Joker. So this particular Joker is a little bit more of the challenging Joker. There's two Jokers in this deck. This is more of the shadow Joker. It says pushing too far, unrealistic, hasty, and carelessness. So this is the deal, you guys. This tells me here that we might be hasty with our words. We might be thinking that if we say something, even if we're joking, it really does make an impact. It makes an impact on ourselves. It makes an impact on other people. So, sometimes we say negative things about ourselves and we're just kind of like laugh it off, like, I'm just joking, blah, 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 this and that. But are we really, right? Sometimes there is something that is true about things that we are joking about, or the things that we just let slip out. There's that shadow energy. So things that are being said in haste, or maybe even people that we're listening to. People that we could be listening to that are extremely, like, they're complaining all the time, or they're really negative, or they're nasty, talking about other people, maybe trying to even push you too far beyond your comfort zone to, like, get you to do things that you don't really want to do. So we have to be kind of careful with the way that we are presenting ourselves or handling ourselves, but also the people that we are exposing ourselves to, because sometimes those people can have a negative impact on how we feel about ourselves or the things that we do. So if you're dealing with somebody that doesn't give a shit about life, they don't have any responsibilities, they're totally unrealistic, living in a freaking fantasy land, but yet you've got all of these things that you've got to focus on and take care of, might not be on the same wavelength as that person. Okay, it's kind of like you are who you hang with. That's what I'm getting for this one, you guys. So be very careful with the people that you are exposing yourself to, or the people that you're actually confiding in. Some sort of a warning here. But also this is about self-talk as well. Okay, what else do we need to know? Angel, you're being guided in your current situation, but are you listening? So some of you guys might be a little bit too into this pessimistic thinking, or there is someone in your environment that you're talking to that you know is probably not good for you, but you're not listening. You've gotten that, you've seen the red flag, you feel it intuitively, but you're just kind of like, am I just being paranoid? Am I being too judgmental? You know, whatever look. Spirit is telling you here, this angel energy, this is dark and this is light. One's not better than the other, but what I'm trying to say is that we're doubting our intuition. We're doubting what we're being shown or how we're being guided. We're not listening because we don't want to listen. We're wanting to be hasty. We're wanting to be careless. We want to just let go. We don't want to deal with responsibility. We don't want to deal with the ugly truth. But Spirit is saying we have to. So you are being, in a way, communicated to from your angels and your guides through downloads, or your intuition. Your inner voice is trying to tell you something. Are you listening? And I'm getting here, some of us are not. We're ignoring it because it's easier to ignore the truth. It's easier to just not deal with something. Oh my God. Spirit is ridiculous right now. Yes, it's reality check time. Get yourself out of the clouds with the situation. The Slender Man's coming in and saying it's time to check back in to reality. This carelessness, unrealistic fantasy land, I'm telling you, it's just, there's something that you're being communicated by your guides and angels that's saying, are you listening to the are you paying attention to the red flags? Are you listening to what's being said to you? Are you understanding the negative impact that you'll possibly have? Are you realizing that somebody's trying to push you to do things that you don't really want to do, but you're saying yes when you want to say no? So there's some kind of disempowerment that's happening here with the conversations that we're having, or we're just not trusting our intuition. We're not trusting our inner voice, and we have to. And it could be connected to a man, okay? Like there could be a masculine energy that's trying to push you to do things that you don't want to do. Okay, the Magician, law of attraction, materializing wealth, desires within reach. So the Magician can sometimes be a trickster. This could be somebody where they look really good on the outside, right? There's some kind of desire connected to this person. It feels very magical, perhaps. Maybe not for everybody. This could be an offer that's too good to be true. Listen to that inner voice, okay? So Spirit's telling you, when it comes to people that are maybe promising things, but yet their words aren't matching up with their actions, it's time to take a step back and really listen to your intuition. Why is something off? Why does something seem off? Maybe it's time to do a little bit of investigation, or just take a break from this person, this jokester, this trickster. Wow. A jokester and trickster. That's what I'm getting here. And the Nine of Pentacles, it's almost like you're just better off pulling back, being independent, maybe even single, or doing your own thing. So this says here, luxurious fruits of your labor and self-sufficient. So if you guys are relying on somebody too much to like make your dreams come true or fulfill some sort of fantasy for you or desires. I feel like this is Spirit's way of telling you it's time to pull back and maybe just independently do your own thing. If somebody is dangling something in front of you and it's just like enticing you, but you feel like there's something that's just not right, you do have to pay attention to that intuition. I feel like it's better to just kind of maybe pull yourself back, focus on yourself right now. And with time, maybe something will be made more clear. But right now, there's some kind of trickery going on that Spirit's saying it's time for you to just listen to that inner voice. You'll thank us for it later, or you'll thank yourself for it later. Yeah. So that's what's going on here. If you're confused, if somebody's actions are confusing or their words are not matching up with their actions, you got to pay attention to that. You cannot ignore it. Okay. So let's now look into the fourth house, which is our foundation, your upbringing, values, and belief systems. What is this energy and how might it be affecting your life? Because some of you guys could be prone to believing people or just becoming really attracted to people that promise the world, that look really good on the inside, but are we really taking the time to get to know them on the outside? So on the inside. So some of the things that we are subjected to early on can create this like attraction to the wrong types of people, right? Okay, so it has something to do with our attraction to lovers. Wow. So I feel like there's a reason that Spirit was trying to get me to connect the dots here. I do feel like maybe some of you guys, with the way that you view love or connection, has something to do with your upbringing. Okay. And also there's something in you that may want partnership, because that's what you're used to. Or for some of you, you didn't have that. Your parents were not together. You didn't have the beaver cleaver life, so to speak. And so we might really want that because we didn't have it. So it can go both ways. But it says sparks and attraction. So what turns you on has a lot to do with your upbringing. Okay. Love is in the air, social charm, trickster, jokester here, and creative endeavors. So it's almost like maybe somebody's achievements or what they have or the outside. And it's not to say that you are like a shallow person, but there's the ability for people that have like maybe degrees, or they have certain positions of power, or they look a certain way. This really attracts you. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but are we actually taking a look at the inside, who people really are? Or are we just attracted to the superficial charm, right? So there's a message here about this. We have duck. Staying in your own lane is strongly advised at this time. This makes a lot of sense with just what came up. Remember, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles said it's time for us to take a little bit of a step back and focus on our own energy rather than maybe trying to connect with either this particular person that we're not really sure about. Maybe with time, it'll work itself out. Things will be clear. But right now, if you guys are trying to connect with another person, I feel like Spirit's trying to say that someone may not be in alignment with your values. They may not want the same things. If they say they want the same things, but then there's red flags that they're acting otherwise, you do have to pay attention to that. Or it's just indicating that we really need to take the time to get to know someone to make sure that we're on the same page. So I don't feel like there's a let's rush into relationships types of energy coming up right now. We're being asked to just kind of take it slow. Take it slow. And what's that saying? If it acts like a duck, quacks like a duck. I don't know. There's some kind of message coming through like that. I don't know what that means. Jigsaw. A challenge to overcome. Okay? So there is a challenge when it comes to our foundation. We've had either a challenging upbringing. I don't consider myself having a challenging upbringing, but there were certain relationships that I had with my parents that created challenges later on for me. Okay. So sometimes we don't always feel like we had a challenging upbringing. Some of us didn't experience abuse, but some of us could have even experienced some sort of neglect. Whether our parents realized they were doing it or not, it can still have an effect on us as adults. So I feel like there is some sort of challenged upbringing that we've experienced, or something from our upbringing that's creating challenges today in partnerships. That's what Spirit's telling us here. What else? Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is very quick energy, okay? It's almost like we become attracted to somebody and we want to go real quick, speedy. We want to speed it up. We feel it. It's passionate. Let's go. Let's rush into this experience here, okay? And it also could be, too, that we're very much, could be for some, that your words of affirmation, language of love. So I can speak from experience because that kind of used to be my language. It's not so much anymore, even though it can still get me. If somebody tells me certain things, if somebody gives me that words of affirmations that they care for me, or that there's certain things that they love about me, etc., that really works for me. But people that are manipulative can also use that as a tool to their own advantage by telling you things that you want to hear but that they don't really mean. Okay? So if some of you guys are, one of those people that the things that people say could be very superficial, do they really mean it? Acts of service or quality time. When somebody is showing you those things because they're doing things, their actions are matching up with their words, then we know that we're dealing with somebody who means what they say. So I feel like there's a message for some of you guys that are used to either getting swept up real quick in romance. You feel it really quick, and so you just basically just go with it. I'm just going to go with this feeling. I feel this. I'm just going to go with it. Sometimes life, you can do that. Sometimes it works out. Most of the time, it probably doesn't. Because things that are real high, real quick, usually crash down just as quick. Okay? So if we're not really building things on solid ground, we're just building it off of the fumes, right? Just the fumes is what we're surviving on. It will eventually die out. It will eventually fizzle. So let's get one last card. Page of Cups. This is Pisces energy. Pisces is connected to the planet Neptune. Neptune is very dreamy, very creative, very much this energy where we feel like we're in love, right? We just feel like we're so in love. I forgot to mention to you guys that the Magician is connected to Mercury and Virgo, okay? I'm not Mercury and Virgo. I'm sorry, Gemini and Virgo, because it's ruled by Mercury. So it's very mental energy. So some of you guys might really get very swept off your feet with the way that someone is presenting things to you by talking to you, the way that they communicate with you. But the Page of Cups can sometimes indicate that, it's like crumbs. Like, are we really getting our needs met? At the end of the day, is it matching up with what somebody is saying to us? Is someone just romancing us? It's like they're in it for the fun, but as soon as things get serious, then they're out. It's like, ooh, it's so much fun, and then bam, I'm running away. So some of you guys could be dealing with people that run away. Maybe you run away. That could be it too. But there's something about that saying, and it might not be the way that I'm going to present it right now, but if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it is a duck. So there's a lot of things that need to match up for you to really see that this is what you're dealing with. So the overall message here, if I haven't lost you guys in all of that, because there's a lot of different energy, is your relationships, your languages of love, and the way that you kind of communicate with people and connect. There could be some sort of challenges from childhood, like relationships that you had where you weren't getting your needs met, or it wasn't a reciprocal, situation, that are really affecting your choices as an adult now. So we're just being asked to slow down, really allow people to show us that they care and show us who they are, rather than saying a bunch of really nice, cool things and just breathing on fumes and fantasy. I like that, breathing on fumes and fantasy. There needs to be something more solid, okay, that's being offered instead of just crumbs. So we got to find out the crappy childhood fairy. It's a great channel for those of you guys that have had some sort of issues, in your upbringing, and why you might accept crap crumbs moving forward from partners. Okay. So now let's go ahead and go into the 5th house, which is your self-expression, creativity, fun, and play. So to me, this is like obviously our creative side, but it could even be our inner child. What energy is coming through in this department? Let's see. What energy is being represented in the 5th house? Creativity, self-expression, fun, and play. Okay, so we have the 3 of clubs, expanding horizons, sticking things out, helping hands, keep going. I love this. So this to me is definitely community. This is really loving to expand by connecting with other people. So I feel like you guys might have more fun having people in your lives, even though the independent energy did come up hugely in this reading so far. And you might be an independent person. There could be a part of you that really craves connection with other people in a community, like-minded individuals. Maybe you really love helping people. So a part of your flair in life or a part of your purpose could be that you're actually helping people. You could feel a real connection to those types of occupations, or just you feel like that's your purpose, is to help people. So I feel like you're going to have a lot of joyful experiences and have a lot more fun when you step into that side of yourself, connect with other people, and maybe be helpful. All right, just because it's like helping other people ends up helping you too, if that makes sense. Dagger, keep your distance from a liar. That is very interesting. I feel like some of you guys have gotten burned because of this energy. I can completely identify. I've always been that kind of person that's been very helpful and very generous and giving, but motherfucker, have I gotten burned and stabbed in the meantime, okay? But the thing is, I can live in that energy and I can say, I'm never going to help anybody out ever again. I'm never going to open up. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that because of these backstabbing pieces of shit. I could do that, okay? But I'm not going to let those people ruin me and who I am and kill my spirit. So I feel like that's why the dagger is coming up here, okay? We learn from these things. We learn from our enemies. We learn from maybe the mistakes that we made along the way too. Maybe we've hurt other people as well. We're not perfect. We're only human, right? But we learn what feels right for us, what's authentic, what kind of people we want to invest in, what kind of people we can trust. I've seen these red flags before, so I'm not going to go down that road again. It's all trial and error, baby, okay? So our 5th house is who we are. Don't allow people from your past who have been toxic, who have maybe just been outright evil, ruin you for all future encounters. Don't let people do that to you. But you do have to take some wisdom from those experiences. So moving forward, if you start to feel a weird energy or a weird vibe coming from someone, you're going to think back to that last person that backstabbed you, or that last person that you were like, God, they said the same thing. It's also going to help you in the future to hold boundaries, to be more on top of your game, to maybe guard yourself or distance yourself from somebody that you're just like, yeah, that's not my vibe. Been there, done that. I'm not going down that path again. So everything that's going on, learn from it, but don't let your experiences ruin you for all future encounters either. So there's like this fine line between the shadow and light with this particular one. Okay, what else do we need to know? A technology break. Well, some of you guys may have had a lot of issues with online, okay? Or there just could have been a lot of communication with somebody either through text or email, social media, or over the phone. Sometimes social media can be a real trigger, okay? Especially when people are blocking people or unblocking people or spying on people or even creating fake accounts, things like that. Sometimes this can be really challenging. Also, too, in this day and age, a lot of people are connected and friends, but they've never actually spent any physical time with people. Sometimes there's people that you don't really know because you haven't even had that physical interaction with them. They're not in your daily life. So sometimes it's hard to decipher who's real, who's not real. You know, who am I really connecting with, or who is just a liar, right? But some I feel when it comes to social media can become toxic, especially when it should be fun, okay? But when it becomes no longer fun, it's no longer a place where you can just be creative in yourself and have fun. The reason why is because we might be comparing ourselves to other people. It might be that because of the algorithms, we're not being pushed, so we're not getting any kind of exposure. So then we feel like failures when we post things. There's all kinds of things that are coming up in this particular category. So I just feel is that we need to make sure that whatever we're putting our time and dedication into, that we're not forgetting to have fun. But when it comes down to we're doing things for recognition, or we're doing things for admiration or attention, we're attention seeking, we need that gratification, or we need people to accept us, and then we're not getting that hit, we can become depressed. We can become very low vibe, very low energy. Sometimes it's not good. Sometimes we do need to take a break from social media. Sometimes we need to maybe not engage with the toxic environment. Okay? So I feel like we need to check in with ourselves, which is why it's coming up like this. We need to check in with ourselves to see where we're at. Are we having a good time? Are we happy in our existing communities? What can we do? Do we feel like people are false? Let's pay attention to that. Why do we feel this way? Maybe we need to just take a break until we can figure it out. All right, let's get a tarot with this. But see, when you're trying to run a business and social media is a part of it, it's very difficult sometimes to not get caught up in that and to still remain somewhat grounded and balanced. Nine of Swords. Wow, a lot of tears. Whew. We also have, it says, insomnia, victim mentality, and clouded judgment. So if some of us are feeling backstabbed from people online, or we're feeling backstabbed because of communication, or we just feel like something is literally taking away from our lives, taking the joy out of it, then why are we doing it? Let's take a break from whatever that is. It could be a person, it could be a conversation, it could be a group, a community, it could be social media, whatever. So Nine of Swords means we're in our own head. We're maybe not able to think clearly. So until we take this break, it's going to be very difficult to see if we're going to feel any better. I feel like you guys will start feeling some sort of relief when it comes to distancing yourself from things that don't bring you joy or happiness. Three of Wands. So 2 3s here. I see 3s as collaboration, community. But this is about something on the horizon. It says foresight, expansion, next steps. Do you feel like you guys need to expand your horizons? Because we have expansion and now we have expanding horizons. So this is huge to me. This means that this isn't it for you. This is just a pit stop, or maybe it was just, breaking away from this will be good for you. Expand your horizons. Look elsewhere is what I'm getting here. Look elsewhere. Who you're spending time with or what you're doing right now might not be bringing you pleasure. It might actually be taking away from your joy and happiness. If you're not having fun doing something anymore, I'm getting here, stop doing it. Just stop doing it. Okay, it's not going to help you to continue to try to make yourself fit in or make yourself just deal with something. No. I'm getting here, something is really affecting us and it needs to stop. We need to take a break. We need to say goodbye to it, or we just need to step away for a little bit until we can regain our composure and until we can take the next steps. But Spirit definitely is saying there's some other stage in our lives that is going to bring more peace and happiness, but we just need to be willing to look out there and expand and grow and to reach for something new. So it's kind of heavy and deep, but that's what I'm getting here for the 5th house. So 6th house is service to others, health, routines, fitness, diet, and exercise. Okay, so let's see what we need to know about this 6th house. Service to others, health, routines, fitness, diet, and exercise. We have the Ace of Clubs. We have documents and contracts, financial rewards, promotions and success, and good fortune. So that's pretty awesome, okay? I see the aces as new beginnings, but I also see the aces as ourselves. So I really, really like this, that we have this service to others, but what about ourselves? Are we taking care of ourselves? If we're not taking care of ourselves, but yet we're trying to heal other people, that's kind of like having the opposite effect. So we can't really give our cup or assist other people when we don't have any nourishment for ourselves. So I feel like this is Spirit's message right out of the gate, that we need to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves. Now, some of you guys may enter into a contract when it comes to a fitness routine. So this could be joining a gym. Some of you guys may have just decided to do this. Maybe some of you guys are thinking about this, but I feel like this would be very rewarding and very fortunate for you to move forward with signing a contract to kind of commit yourself to being a healthier version of yourself in a physical way. Okay. Because as you're improving, as you are feeling good, you're able to then assist others. Okay. Octopus. I love it. Obstacles will now be cleared. So let's just say some of you guys haven't had extra cash, or you guys felt like you just couldn't make something happen. I feel like something's being cleared up in this department, so that way you can get to taking better care of yourself so you can assist other people. I feel like some of your guys' sole purposes and missions are to help other people, to assist other people. But you cannot do that if your own house is junked up, if your own house is a mess. So it's not about being perfect, but we got to clear up our own stuff first before we can really assist other people. That's why it's important. Spirit is telling me right now. It's very important. Because you might be spread too thin. All of these octopus legs, they're like, got their hands and all these other things. Let's pull the energy back to center. Ace, us. And we have Michael Myers, my favorite. Family matters, okay? Whew. So some of you guys, this may be about family, okay? This might also be codependency. Codependency stems from childhood. Codependency is literally a condition that is created. So this right here is saying that also too, we have documents and contracts. There could be some kind of thing where maybe our family needs our assistance. And that's not to say that's a negative, but is it depleting you? Are you not doing the things that you want to do because you have to take care of someone else? So there's this energy here, or this opportunity for us to kind of clear up some of these obstacles with our family members, or things that might be holding us back in life, these unhealthy patterns, behaviors, etc. Okay, so let's see what else we need to know. Could also be your family is actually helping you to sign documents, get approved for loans, things like that. And this will also help to clear up this obstacle of, I can't start. And the reason why is because maybe you don't have the financial means to be able to do that, or the credit. And a family member comes in and helps assist you with this challenge. I'm seeing that too. So this is, remember, service to others. It's like some family member could do a service for you, as in help and assist you. Eight of Cups. But I do feel for some of you guys that this is about moving out, or leaving something behind. There's a matter here, maybe that we just, we're tied up in it, or there's too many things going on in a situation. And we really need to branch out and move onwards to bigger and better things. See the sun that's on the horizon there? It's kind of like the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is actually beckoning us forward. So if you guys are kind of tied up in something, or you're not happy, or maybe this just has something to do with like a marriage as well, like you're just not happy, and some of you want to get a divorce. I feel like the only way that this can actually clear, or this unhappy situation can become, cleared, is we're going to have to leave it behind. We're going to have to serve someone. We're going to have to say, I'm not happy doing this anymore. I have to just move forward with my life. I feel like there could be guilt here for some of you guys as well, where you're not choosing what you want because you're too busy feeling guilty for someone else, or you're staying because you're afraid that if you branch out on your own, that you're going to, somebody is going to be screwed. But I feel also too that sometimes we get into that way of thinking where we're convinced that we're the glue that's holding it all together. I guarantee you guys, and I felt this way before with businesses, like, oh my God, this place is going to crumble without me. And then I leave and everything's fine. Now, it might not be rocking like it was, but people are surviving. The business didn't crash and burn. The business didn't have to close their doors because I freaking left, you know? So sometimes it's just us putting that pressure on ourselves. So I feel like if some of you guys are putting this pressure on yourselves, you're doing it to yourself. People will figure it out. Kind of like when the shit hits the fan, it's amazing the things that people do that we thought that they would never do. But sometimes people will not do those things until they are forced. So I don't know. There's a story there for some of you guys. Might be some of you guys are taking care of someone because of mental issues or health issues is what it is. And it's not to say like you couldn't assist, but there's something about there's other hands that could help or something. Like you don't have to take all of this onto yourself. It's detrimental now to your own well-being. It's time for you to branch out. It's time for you to move forward. It's time for you to maybe stop making excuses. Okay. Whoa, this card just flipped out some. Let me grab it. Oh, we have the Magician. So what is the Magician? The Magician is manifesting something, right? It's being resourceful and it's being the master of all, meaning like we're the masters of our universe. We create our reality. So if your reality says, I'm stuck, I have to do this, I'm obligated, I'm never going to be able to leave, I'm never going to be able to be happy, I'm never going to be able to do my own thing, you are manifesting this every single day that you're stuck in that energy. You're doing it to yourself. Or we can say, I'm the master of my universe and I can create whatever reality that I want to. But it's going to require a move on my part. Okay? So there is some kind of, I feel, guilt or obligation, or we feel like there's something more for us out there. We have to trust this. But there could be some leaving something behind type of energy in order for us to be able to start something new. All right. So now we're going to go into relationships, you guys. So relationships and partnerships, both business and personal, which is the 7th house. So what do we need to know about this? What do we need to know about our relationships? All right, you guys, we have the 6 of Hearts, which is blast from the past, nostalgia, glory days, and reminiscing. So, of course, someone from the past could be returning, or that you're dealing with somebody that you've known. This could also be somebody that you just feel some soul recognition with. Like you just feel like you've known this person forever. It could be like a past life connection, or just somebody that you feel like there's like this destined energy or this magical energy between you and them. All right. But it could also be for some of you guys, you're hung up on somebody from the past. So it is preventing you from moving forward. Let's see what we got. Candelabra, a date or invitation is near. So this means 2 things to me. Some of you guys, there's somebody from your past coming back and they will basically ask for you to get together with them. All right. Some. But I do feel like some of you are hung up on someone from the past and it's actually preventing you from moving forward, to saying yes to these invitations or yes to a future. Some of us are more comfortable staying stuck in what's familiar. So there's a message there. Let's see what else. The other, yeah, we got to get on the other side. So what is the other side? Okay. Cemetery, something from the past, something that has expired, somebody who is gone. Okay. So that to me is hanging on to someone who is already passed, somebody who is gone, somebody who might not be coming back. We've got to get to the other side of this situation. And the only way that we can kind of come out of that suffering or come out of that hanging on is to open ourselves up to the new that is beckoning us, that is calling us forward. So I feel like some of you guys are being told it's time to let someone go from the past, but it could be blast from the past, someone from, coming back from the dead, somebody that you thought you'd never see again, coming back. Ace of Wands, new beginning, new ideas. So it says new ideas, pursuing dreams, spark of inspiration. I just want you guys to take what resonates for you. If some of you guys are just you've been putting your lives on hold for someone from the past, somebody that you just like, it doesn't seem to happen. I've been told that they're going to come back, but they're not coming back, and you're literally miserable. I feel like what Spirit is trying to tell you is it is time for you to take that date or invitation that's coming to you in the form of something new. Kind of leave the past behind, okay? But there could be a resurrection of an old connection as well. So it's kind of hard for me to say, choose what resonates for you when both messages are coming, but that's what I really want you to do. Choose what resonates for you. Two of Pentacles. So something's just kind of up in the air. It's like we have to be flexible, actually. So this is the deal. And I kind of like that Spirit's trying to tell me this right now. Spirit's basically saying it could go either way. Move forward, no matter what. It's not going to affect this person from the past coming back or not. This person's going to come back if they're meant to, either way. But guess what? At least you will be moving forward and not waiting for this to happen. So be flexible with this. Try not to hold on too much to somebody from the past. Still move forward with your life. If they're meant to come back, they'll pop in. And you might even just actually be in a better state. Instead of being totally focused on them when they come back, you might have something else going on. It could actually be that you've got choices. You don't actually have to put all of your eggs into one basket. That might be amazing. That might be exactly what you need. Or maybe what this person, if they are a past person that comes back from the past, that might be what they need, is to kind of know that maybe you are going to move on. Maybe they aren't going to have you back just because they're back. Maybe they need to know that. Maybe they need to know that they're an option, not your only option. That's what I'm getting. So this could, of course, be business as well. There could be a past job that calls you back, or it could be that you've been too focused on your glory days. Oh, I was so happy when I did this. I was so happy when I did that. If it bothers you that much, then maybe see if that's something that you can do again, or an old job you want to go back to. Reach out. Or it could just be, instead of focusing on the glory days, make new experiences. Come up with some new ideas. Try to do something new. Pursue a new dream. Pursue a new dream. All right. Now we're going to go into the 8th house, which is death and transformation. What is dying and what is wanting to be transformed in our lives? Oh my gosh, you guys, the 10 of Spades. It says, dark night of the soul, wolf in sheep's clothing, a letdown, a closing act. Well, first of all, that is like the 10 of swords, which is death. Okay. Moth is transformation. That's why the moths are on that card. But wolf in sheep's clothing, that means that maybe somebody was just not who you thought that they were. There is a real letdown dealing with some person. They weren't who they said they were. They made promises they couldn't keep. Their actions did not match up with their words. Total letdown. So some of you guys have been dealing with maybe somebody that's just been trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And you're just like, I'm just so tired of this. I can't do this anymore. Spirit is saying it's time to let this go, so that way something new can enter into your life. Okay, a confession of feelings is near the picture. All right. I feel like you guys have poured your heart and soul into this situation. Okay, you have. You've confessed everything. Maybe you have just laid everything out on the table and it still didn't make a difference. You were in your heart center. You said everything that you needed to say. Maybe some of you guys didn't, but maybe some of you did. Didn't make a difference. You might just be dealing with someone who is just a wolf, as in a lone wolf. Somebody who would prefer to be alone. That's not personal. So kind of like stop allowing this person's choices or who they are to affect your feelings. Like, you don't have to take this personally. Okay. And sometimes we feel like if something is over, if we just did this or we just did that, then maybe this will change something. Getting here, some of you guys need to kind of pull back. You need to pull back on confessing. You need to pull back on just sharing everything that you're feeling in every moment with this person. Sometimes things are better left unsaid. Restricted. Yeah, we need to kind of pull back and restrict ourselves. But I'm also getting here that somebody that you're dealing with is restricted within themselves, and so they're not going to give to you what you're giving to them. So you're confessing everything, but yet this person isn't bringing anything back, or they're not bringing what you're bringing to the table. So there is a mismatch of energy here. Somebody is just not able to meet you emotionally or meet your emotional needs. Oh my gosh, there's the Nine of Pentacles again, saying it might just be better to rely on yourself. It's better to just focus on yourself. So I feel for sure that if you guys are connected to somebody or you're hung up on a person that's just really not able to meet you where you need them to, and it's just something that's just constantly causing you sadness, or you just feel restricted now in your life, you are being asked, rather than to continue to pour your time and energy into the situation, the time is near for you to put an end to this and focus more on yourself. That's what Spirit's telling me. King of Wands. So the King of Wands is being boss. The King of Wands is kind of like who would be in this picture here. This right here says bold leader, motivational. So this is time for you to take back your power, step back into your power, be the creator and the boss of your own life. Stop giving this person, whoever they are, power, because I feel like they're not giving you what you need, and you know it. So it's the time is near for this to be let go. I know that's a little bit of a harsh message, but that's what I'm seeing here. So the 9th house is our philosophy, religion, spirituality, expansion, and travel. So let's see what comes through in this department. Okay, so we have the 5 of Clubs. So this says helpful associates, beneficial contracts, future planning, comfortable, and joy. So comfortability and joy. So what this is telling me with this, in this particular house, philosophy, religion, spirituality, expansion, and travel, there's going to be a lot of people on your path. So soul family, soul mates, karmic people that are actually going to be very beneficial for you in your growth and development. They're actually really going to help you to expand your mind. They're going to help you to spiritually ascend and grow. That's what I'm getting here. 5s are also challenging. So number 5 is a challenge and change. So through these challenges, you're actually going to do a lot of changing, a lot of transforming. So it is about trying to kind of look at these contracts, you know, seeing the silver lining. We're not giving a pass to people that hurt us and screw us over. No, but we're choosing to kind of connect with the memory or the energy of this person and more of a, how has this helped me, instead of how has it hindered me? It's all in the way that you look at the contracts and the situations that you enter into, okay? So your expansion and being able to move forward, travel onward, are going to come from you letting go, and instead of challenging yourself by not changing, by not being able to let go, I feel like being more in that flow is going to be more beneficial for your life. You're going to be able to expand and grow much more easily if you can let go of some of these challenges with people or just experiences that you've had. I love that rose, a wish will be granted. So this tells me also too, there's a lot of blessings. So you may feel like you've been cursed, but on the same token, you've also been blessed. So there's some blessings in disguise is what I'm seeing as well. That's what Spirit's telling us. A rose has its thorn. Okay, I can't sing, but every rose has its thorn. Cheesy, whatever, but hey, there's something in that song, okay, that I feel like there is a message for someone about just how you're expanding and growing in this life. You're growing through hardships. You might even be growing through heartaches as well. A rose is beautiful, but it has its thorns. Hell, Laurie Strode, set healthy boundaries. You betcha. You betcha. So when we get pricked by, we pick up this rose, it's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's amazing, it smells so pleasant, right? I want a dozen of them, whatever. But then you take your hand and you go a little too low and you get pricked. You're going to learn from that. You're going to learn to do things differently next time. You're going to learn to just deal with things different. So that's what Spirit's telling us, is that we're going to learn by trial and error. And you're going to have helpful people along the way that are going to help you to learn these very valuable lessons. There is definitely this silver lining. Page of Swords, fantastic. First of all, the Page of Swords, like you're taking it all in. It's like this computer. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's all like this digital stuff in the background. It's like a freaking computer, all this information that you're downloading into the system. Okay? So you're an expert now because you've learned so much. You're able to look at situations very matter-of-factly and go, you know what? I know how to deal with this now. I know exactly where this is headed. I know where I went wrong last time. I know where I want to go this time. So the Page of Swords is very analytical with what they're seeing or how they're dealing with situations. So you are learning, you're expanding, you are growing, you are updating your software constantly. I love it. All right, let's get one last message. Oh my gosh, you guys, look, it's the same exact card, Page of Swords. Whoa. It says rebellious, quick-witted, and intellectual. Okay? So what is a rebel? Obviously, this is someone who goes against the grain. This is somebody who does things differently. This is somebody who has their own free will to make their own free choices. This is not somebody that's just going to accept whatever's coming to them. No, they're going to say no. They're going to set healthy boundaries. They're going to be in a position of power. They're going to be their own person. They're going to speak up when they need to speak up. So that's what you've learned, you guys. You have learned to upgrade your software to say, you know what, I don't have to put up with this shit. I don't have to put up with this crap. I don't like what's going on. I don't like the way that this feels. I don't like what someone's doing. I don't have to participate in this. So the Page of Swords came up twice just to reconfirm this message that we can communicate any way that we need to. We can communicate our needs. That's what Page of Swords is. It's communicating our needs. We can set healthy boundaries. We can still get what we want, but we can also take things into consideration. We can see things from a very, just a different perspective, right? We can look at things from a different perspective. So I feel like a lot of you guys have like changed your communication, or you've changed the way that you thought because of these experiences, and it has expanded you immensely, spiritually, your philosophy, your belief systems, all of it. It's just changed so much. So your challenges have helped to shape and mold you on your spiritual path. So now we're going to go into the 10th house, which is your achievements, disciplines, awards, and recognition. What is the energy surrounding this? 10th house. Achievements, discipline, awards, and recognition. Ooh, the King of Hearts. I love this. To me, what is the king? The king is the ultimate. The king has mastered something. So one of the things that you're here, you guys, to master is your heart, okay? To master your emotions. You're here to achieve this. You are here to also be disciplined when it comes to your heart as well. So you're not just running around with your heart on your sleeve, just, giving to everyone and saying yes to everything and being a freaking doormat. No, okay? The King of Hearts is also smart. The King of Hearts can be dreamy, but he also pays attention to his intuition. He pays attention to the red flags. He sets healthy boundaries when he needs to. He has love for himself. So if something doesn't work for him, he's not going to just say yes just to appease someone else. It's a very healthy, well-rounded individual, somebody who is very emotionally mature. Why? Because they've been through a lot of shit in their life. And that is what I'm seeing here. So a lot of you guys, one of your biggest soul assignments was with yourself. One of your soul assignments was to maybe go through the ringer emotionally so you could come out the other end a freaking scholar, okay? You're like a freaking emotional scholar at the end of this. So own it, right? But we have good looking, popular, charismatic. I mean, this is about you attracting what you need and what you want in this life. Also attracting the right partner. So I feel like what is meant for you, you guys, what your award is, or like reward in this life, is you are going to draw a person of your same caliber to you. So wherever you're at is what you're going to attract to you. Never forget that. So if you don't like who you are right now, you're most likely going to attract people that are going to mirror those same qualities to you. So if you want to upgrade your software and you want to start attracting someone of this nature, become the King of Hearts. And that is what your reward will be. Beautiful. What else? Dragon. Don't allow your fears to cause you to back down. Like I said, you guys, the king does not back down. The king sits in a position of power. He is on a throne for a reason. He is in a power position. He doesn't necessarily need to he can be compassionate. The King of Hearts is compassionate, but he's not going to let people bully him into things that aren't right for him. No frickin' way. So the dragon has wisdom. The dragon is very powerful. But the dragon can also be negative. The dragon can be self-serving. The dragon can also be other people that are toxic in your life that you're allowing to have power over you. So remember, when we are the solid, emotionally balanced King of Hearts, no one can really get us to do things that we don't want to do that aren't true for us. We're in our power because we know who we are, and we don't let other people dictate to us how it's going to frickin' be. And it's not about needing to manipulate people or, you're in a position of power telling everybody what's going on. It's not that kind of ego trip. But you're fair. If people are fair with you, you'll be fair with them. You get what you give. That's what it is. And round we go. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Happiness awaits. Captain Spaulding. Love it. This tells me, you guys, some of you, there is a King of Hearts. If you're a feminine, there's this masculine King of Hearts in your future. You may not have met this person yet. This could be somebody who matures to this level, but there's happiness that awaits you. Why? Because you have become the King of Hearts. So you are attracting the same vibration to you in the form of a partner. Now, some of you guys might not be interested in love. Some of you guys might not be looking for a partner, So to me, it's just happiness awaits just for yourself. It's beautiful. Seven of Pentacles. I love the Seven of Pentacles because this gives us an opportunity to kind of take a second look at where we're going, what we've been building, and what we've been putting our energy into. So if you guys really do want to create a relationship in this life, we have to really examine the relationship that we have with ourselves. If we're not having great luck in relationships, we got to ask ourselves why this is happening. Let's take a second look. Maybe don't base your decisions or your just don't base things on just first encounters. Make sure that you take a second look at someone. Take a second look at what somebody's saying. Don't just be so quick to just accept things at face value. Maybe do a little bit of investigating. Maybe take your time. Take things slow. It's not about rushing. Remember, there's this tendency to want to rush into things, and there was a lot of advice about taking things somewhat slow. Not being so impulsive. And the Four of Pentacles is definitely that energy, okay? It's about being grounded for sure. And it's also about letting go when you need to let go. To me, it's about a little bit of a flow. Whatever it is that we're holding on to too tightly, or whatever it is that we're not holding on tightly enough. It's a fine line, and it's a nice balance between, the dark and the light, the shadow and the light. So take a look at what's working and what's not working, and why this happiness seems to be waiting for you to catch up with it. Right? So with this being our once we recognize this is like our award. This is our achievement, is ultimate happiness with ourselves or with another person. That's what I'm seeing here today. All right, we're going to go into the house number 11, which is friendships and social networking. Okay. Okay, so we do have the 10 of diamonds. I feel like we've had a few 10s here. I'm pretty sure. And I feel like that does mean something, you guys. 10s obviously are the completion of cycles here. But I feel like we had a couple of 10s. Could be wrong. Okay, so we have the 10 of swords, 10 of spades, and then now we've got the 10 of diamonds. I feel like we had another 10, but it doesn't matter. But this says new chapters, starting anew, home improvements, long-term investments. Woo! So this is what I'm seeing here. This is about new chapters in friendships, new chapters with our social environment, our community. Now, earlier, I can't remember what house it was in, but it was talking about the people around us. Like if we don't really care for our surroundings, or you are who you hang with kind of thing, it's time now for us to make this improvement. Like we need to improve that house is what I'm seeing here. We need to kind of figure out who do we want to invest in long term, or who's in it for the long haul. Because sometimes you just meet people, they're not real serious, and that's fine if you're in that situation where you're just like, I'm not really looking for anything deep. But if you are, and you got somebody that's just kind of half in, half out, just kind of all over the place, it just doesn't work. So this could be business, people that you're trying to connect with, friendships, whatever. To me, it's about kind of figuring out who stays and who goes, or just starting over, starting fresh. Time for a change. Yeah, instant chemistry and attraction with someone. I feel like you're definitely going to, once you move into a new direction, you're going to attract people that are of the same vibration. There's going to be somebody that's just as attracted to you, or you're attracted to them. So if you guys are just kind of tired of when you're meeting people, it's like, I'm more into them than they're into me. I'm not actually getting that's changing. But it's changing because you're opening up new doors. You're not dealing with the same types of people, the same old vibration. People with mommy issues like Norman Bates. That is hilarious. I just can't help it. If you guys are dealing with freaking somebody that has mommy issues, they just have issues with the yin yang when it comes to females in their life. I'm getting here. You're tired of it. You're freaking tired of it. You're tired of these psychopaths. You're just tired of these types of people. You don't want to deal with it. It's like, doesn't mean that you can't be empathetic and understand that people have issues, but you're tired of it. You're tired of people with the same issues, commitment issues, or just constant excuses. You're tired of it. You want to move towards connections and people that want to grow, that want to expand, that want to build something, that want something for the long term. You're tired of excuses. And that's your prerogative. That's your right. You don't have to put up with this shit. Yeah, look, you don't want drama. You're sick of it. You are sick of the drama because guess what? It's keeping you from your goals. So there are situations or people around you that are just creating more challenges than they're worth. Like you just want to move forward to the next phase, but there are people with issues that are just holding the situation back. They're not really holding you back unless you allow them to. So Spirit is saying it's time for you to just break free. 7 of Wands. Yes. 7 of Wands means you've got to put up your defenses. You've got to basically fight your way to the finish line. You can't just lay down. I mean, you can. But this guy's just laying in the road. He's just giving up. It's not the thing to do. It's not the thing to do at all. I mean, you could just give up on this person and just say, I'm freaking done. Like, I'm freaking done. Like, we can't move forward. This road is going nowhere. That could also be the message too. But whatever this is, it's not really materializing in a way that you would like it to. And so if you feel like someone's holding you back, it is time to cut ties. It is time because something is keeping you from your goals, or you guys don't want the same thing. So it's just not going to be good. So you've got to expand your horizons so you can attract the right people into your life that want to go the distance with you. But it might not be existing people or a particular person. All right, you guys, this is the final message here. 12th house, shadow work, endings, and completion. What do we need to know? Oh my gosh, what an amazing card to get at the very end. 9 of Hearts, which is kind of like the 9 of Cups in tarot. Wishes fulfilled, falling in love, on the same page, like attracts like. This is what we've been talking about this whole not the whole reading, but kind of like towards the end. You being on the same frequency as someone else. You actually getting what it is that you're putting out. Like attracts like. You're on the same page with somebody. You're not dealing with people with freaking drama. Major issues up the yin yang, or however you say that. So, let's see. Oh my God. Okay, this is the thing. Okay. Shadow work, endings, and completion. When you finally look in the mirror, you realize, oh my God, how How much more time am I going to put into a situation where it's not changing, it's not growing at all? How much time am I going to waste? How much time am I going to wait for someone else to get their shit together or to realize? The thing is, you're getting older and older every day that goes by, okay? Opportunities are passing you by every single day that you put your life on hold for another person, or if you put your life on hold out of fear. It goes the same. You've outgrown this situation. Whatever this is, it's time to look in the mirror and see that you're not getting any younger and that life is going to keep moving forward. Life doesn't stop. Life keeps passing us by. At what point are we going to jump back into life so that way we can experience love, our desires and our wishes being fulfilled, and attracting people that want the same things as us? It's not going to happen as long as you keep staying in outdated situations that are not serving your highest good any longer. Wow. That is just too amazing. A femme fatale, Circe. So this is goddess Circe. This is a shadow goddess. Look her up if you guys want to. There could be something connected to her story where she became this femme fatale, okay? Full of rage, full of vengeance, wanting to seek revenge on her enemies, all right? So rather than allowing someone to keep you in this like state of wanting to get back at someone or wanting to see justice being served, look at how is that really serving you? How is it really serving you to stay invested in something, to make sure someone sees something, recognizes something, or gets theirs? You're wasting time. Your own life is passing you by as you focus on trying to either get someone or to get even with someone. It's just a waste of your precious time and energy. Queen of Swords, yes. Okay. So to me, this is balancing out the shadow of Circe. The Queen of Swords, you can be the shadow goddess. It is about honoring your shadow goddess side, for sure, like the dark feminine. The dark feminine, there's nothing wrong with the dark feminine. The dark feminine is actually quite strong, quite powerful. That's the Queen of Swords to me. But the revenge and wanting to keep the score and all this other stuff, if you're wasting time and that energy, but you're not actually taking this energy and utilizing this to your advantage, as in building your own life and building your own empire, you're falling into the negative side of the dark feminine. Okay? It's becoming now a toxic feminine. You don't want that. Be the Queen of Swords. It has intimidating, hard to please, and straight shooter. You're moving forward into situations where you're looking for truth, you're looking for integrity, and you're looking for partners that are freaking serious, that are going to straight shoot you, that are going to shoot you straight. Okay? And other people may have accused you of being this, or they may have said you're so hard to please, or I'm too intimidated by your energy because you're so successful, this and that. Let those douchebags and those weaklings fall away. You don't need that. If someone is intimidated by you, or if somebody has issues with what you have achieved and how you take care of yourself, and you're a truth seeker, you're authentic, that's this person right here. You don't need this freaking psycho. You don't need crazy people trying to gaslight you and make you feel like there's something wrong with you. Okay? Because see, you know who you are. These people don't. They haven't taken the time to look in the freaking mirror. They're still little babies sucking on, you know what? So this right here, I feel a spirit's way at the very end saying, this energy, celebrate this about yourself. Celebrate the fact that you are this dark feminine, but you also are the light feminine as well. Don't let other people with their inability to see their shadows because they're afraid to dim you, to take you down because of their own crap and traumas that they can't deal with, right? So this is about you being the freaking queen of your kingdom. And you know what? Sure, you got some spikes. You got some spikes around you. But those are called boundaries, baby. Those are called boundaries. And if somebody is going to tell you that those boundaries are bad, they're toxic as fuck and they need to go. So these are our two last cards, is what Spirit's telling us. We have Five of Pentacles. Oh my God, I love it. The Five of Pentacles. Shut the door. Because the Five of Pentacles means you're going to be down and out, unemployment, total hardships, just spiritually devoid, and pretty much just out in the cold. Poor, poverty. You can be this. You can be this if you want to. But I know that's not who you guys are. If you are resonating with these messages so far, you are not this person. You're this person. The Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is you. It's your vibration. It's your soul essence. Your cup is what you make it in this life. And it does say new love. So there's something new and meaningful out there for you. If you have allowed other people to make you feel shitty or guilty about who you are and what you stand for, they're not your people. They're not. They're not your people. And I get that once you start to see this and see yourself as this strong person and realize that, you know what, these people that are falling away, we might look at them and say, they abandoned us. They chose to not be friends with us. You know what? At the end of the day, all I got to tell you is that they actually did you a favor. They did you a fucking favor. So stay strong and convicted in this energy, and this will push you forward towards new things and all of your dreams coming true. So anyways, you guys, that was a long one, but that is what I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for the next one. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.